hopefully I'll be able to do it because I'm in a coffee shop. There's no one down here at the moment. But like I said in the live stream yesterday, obviously I'm going to have to stop the live stream if people come down because you know, it's just about having respect for other people. And times have changed now from, I don't know, the last 5 or 10 years. I think since COVID, people don't really like it if you're in a coffee shop and you're speaking loud. And I said it yesterday, I can kind of understand that, because if I'm out somewhere and I just want some peace and someone, you know, talking really loud, but at the same time, it's kind of frustrating. Anyway, so if you're new to my YouTube channel, my name's Jonathan O'Halloran. I'm a teacher and a mentor, and I've been mentoring people now for 12 years. And I guess what I've mainly been doing is helping people who are scared and who have got anxiety to change their life. And in the midst of doing that, throughout the years, through my paid programs, free programs, public talks, live streams, videos, podcast shows, I've also been being as vulnerable as I can and sharing my story, the struggles that I have went through with anxiety, with insecurity, with challenges, with mental health. So I've continued to do it, give an account and talk about all my flaws, my challenges, and also to share the successes that I've had, things that I've achieved, experiences that I've had, people that I've met, events that I've created and been to, etc. Things that I never thought I could achieve because of the bullying that I underwent growing up, the abuse, the anxiety. So that's a continuous dialogue that for the most part, I enjoy sharing. It really helps people. I think that's one of the most things that helps my clients, other than the teaching, which is great. You know, the actual teaching is when I share my story with them, it helps them because they know that they don't have to feel ashamed. They can get through what they're dealing with and they're not on their own. So today's live stream is about, you know, having the courage to live it daily. And I'll explain what I mean by living it. And hopefully we'll get some questions and, you know, please God, might come down. How you doing, all right? So, yeah, basically, okay. So living it daily, what does that actually mean? That's a good question, because I teach it and I do it myself. So for me, living it daily means facing your anxieties every day. The anxieties that you have, that we all have, there's no getting away from it. And I said on the stream yesterday, a lot of the times, I don't think people do it outrightly because they're lying. I think they're giving the best of their knowledge. Sometimes they are, but they're not fully accurate with terms like, you know, I've overcome anxiety now. And I've said that myself before at times in a certain context, but the reality is, it's daily. It's daily. And if someone says to me, I mean this respectfully, if someone says to me, well, I had anxiety and I've overcame it now, I don't have it anymore, I would say, all right, or no, let me examine your life then, and let me challenge you on some things and see if that's true or not. And I know that that's not true, because I've been teaching for 12 years, I've overcome a lot, and I still get anxiety, and everyone that I know has it. So these kind of throwaway terms, sometimes they don't help people, because people feel like, well, I shouldn't have it then, I'm ashamed. But it's like I said, I think I did a short video yesterday, I was in the gym, and it's not about whether you've got anxiety or not, it's about what you do with it, how you live. Because if we all just go in a certain context, yeah, I've got anxiety, or he hasn't got it, and then we don't do anything, nothing's going to change. So for me, it's about daily discipline, which is also really the same thing, but I'm just explaining it differently. So I'll give you some concrete examples today. All of you can go and start getting results and applying them. And I'll share as I have my coffee. Now, I'm doing good today. I'm doing good now, so I appreciate your question. How are you doing as well? I hope you're doing well. Take one day at a time. So, okay. How am I going to break this down? I want to make this really simple to begin with. Okay, so It's interesting. So when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing that you do? These are questions that will help, right? Most people, I would say, most people when they wake up, and I do it too, but where's that? Oh, my phone's here. They reach for their phone as soon as they wake up. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? And then it's like, let me check social media. Who's liked me? Or have I got any emails? Or hope nobody's criticised me? Or have I got any messages from friends, etc.? Or maybe you check your online dating profile or your friends, whatever, right? But where a lot of people are not facing anxiety is they don't make their bed. So they prioritize checking the phone, looking at social media, and then that gives anxiety in a negative way, can do. But then they get up or they keep snoozing, and that's where facing it daily starts and begins. And I teach all my clients that. I practice that every day. Funny enough, randomly the other day, I like listening to motivational speeches online. I listen to anyone. I don't care what their followers are, as long as they're good and it's true what they're saying. And this one came up. It wasn't David Goggins. I love Goggins. It was another American guy, white guy. I don't know what his name is. I think he was ex-Navy SEAL, and he was doing a speech. And the first thing he said, make the bed. That was his kind of foundation of living a great life and being disciplined, facing that anxiety. And he said he learnt that in I think it was the military or the Navy SEALs or the Marines. It was one of the three. It doesn't really matter. And that's exactly what I do, what I learned. And he was talking about what that does to your character, and if you can make the bed every day and make it neat, how that you have more respect for people than yourself, and you can go on and have a better mindset in life. So that is living it daily. You can't just make the bed once and then for the next month not do it. And it's the same with anxiety. If you have this sort of attitude that, yeah, I'm just going to buy a little ebook or do a course or watch someone's videos online, and I'm going to be brave for one day, and then for the next months I'm just going to go back to being an avoidant person, you're not going to overcome it. And even when you overcome it in your own understanding, because I overcame anxiety many years ago in a sense of the fact that I never used to be able to come out of my house, and I couldn't earn money, I couldn't get a relationship, I couldn't meet people, I couldn't travel, I couldn't go to the gym. I was literally paralyzed in my house, and I got to a bad place of eventually suicidal thoughts. And then I said a prayer and listened to a Les Brown video, got inspired and went out and started to face my fears, and then I changed my life. So from that point of view, yes, I overcame my anxiety from where I was to where I am now. But it didn't go away. You know, when I became successful and built a business and had a relationship, responsibilities, and doing public talks, events, clients, YouTube, dealing with life challenges, the anxiety started to come back. So anxiety is not something that you're going to fully get rid of. Not in the human experience, you're not. Who knows what happens when we die? I have no idea. I believe that we go to a better place, but I'm not certain of that. That remains to be unknown. But on this earth, I know for a fact that you're not going to get rid of it in the way that people think. It doesn't work that way. And people who usually think that, I mean this kindly, I understand, but people that usually think that are not facing their fears enough. They're not being brave enough. They're not accountable enough. And I used to be one of them, right? And I don't mean that in to be unkind at all. I'm just being really honest to help people. I want to help more people live a better life. So it's not really a question of how do I fully get rid of my anxiety, but the question is, how do I get braver? How can I be more disciplined every day? So some examples again. Many of my clients, to begin with, have got the same anxieties that I had. So they'll have an anxiety of going to a gym. Not all of them, but some of them. They have different anxieties, different places. That's how anxiety works. It shows up different for different people. Some people are fine with going to the gym. They're comfortable. They feel safe. But other people are terrified to do a live stream. They can't handle the anxiety. Or some people are, they might be really good in a long-term relationship or a marriage. They might be strong in that area, which is great. But they might be really, really frightened of public speaking. So we've all got our anxieties, we've all got our insecurities, but you can make them strengths if you practice them. So with one of my clients, James, he's doing my 2-year program. Started off with the 1 year, got so much value. We both wanted to do more work. We get on really well. He's a lovely guy. So with James, he's got the same thing that I had, like anxiety kind of in every area. So I approach it and tackle it the way that I know works. I've got a great method that me and James have designed. It's a kind of like a no pressure. So there's accountability, but there's no harsh judgment if he doesn't do anything or that sort of pressure, because that doesn't work for him. That doesn't work for our mentorship relationship. So I get him to go to the gym and report back to me, and that's really improved him a lot. He goes to the gym with a friend that he met. Sometimes he goes on his own. It's a challenge for him, but he does it, and he does his other stuff. He flies out to other country, he does a course with other people. That he's amazing at that. And I get him to do other things, little things like make the bed, eat healthy, be more open with people. But it has to be done regularly. You have to build up to that, because see, the reason why a lot of people want quick fixes because they don't want to live it for life. And that's why people always say, and they never do it. I heard Tony Robbins say it, and I said the same thing. Most people who say they have, they set goals for New Year. Every New Year they say that they're going to give up smoking or drinking, or they're going to stop abusing negative substances, or whatever the case may be, or they're going to start to change their life, or they're going to lose weight, or they're going to make more money, or they're going to be better to people. They don't stick to it. It's all talk. They say it in the moment when they feel good, because when you feel good, it's easy to say things that you're going to do. But when the next day comes and they don't feel good, and that anxiety, when you wake up, and we've all get that anxiety. I get it too. I had it this morning, but I beat it. I'm here, relaxed, helping people. So when that comes, they change their mind, and then they go back into the way that they were, avoidant. So it's not an easy thing. It's not easy. It hasn't been easy for me to live this way, but it is a great life, and it's a choice that you make. It's either this, or you go back to the life that you know, where you've always got anxiety, but you're not growing. So for me, I help my clients to make progress. I help them to live it daily. I help them to be a better person. I help them to develop a stronger mindset and emotions, and develop tools to control anxiety. And when it goes, it's great, because sometimes it does go. It completely goes away. It completely leaves the body, and that's a beautiful feeling. And I have that. I've got that now again, because I'm doing what I love: teaching, talking, speaking the truth in this area, being vulnerable, trying my best to help people. And I have gratitude every morning. Actually, I'll say it now. I say thanks to God every day for giving me another day. And I love my coffee in the morning. So gratitude is what I teach as well. It is gratitude, all of it. So it's practicing gratitude every day. It's practicing discipline every day. It's practicing accountability every day. And at first, the mind does not like that terminology, because I know when I first had I had this realization in my 20s. I was a very lazy person who procrastinated and blamed and did what most people do, and let my anxiety control my life, and etc. But soon after, through searching for answers, I had this life realization, and the conversation in my head, the anxiety despised it, and sorry my language, hated it. And the realization was that if I wanted to live a better life and get in shape, because Bruce Lee was one of my inspirations, and get ripped and earn money and be a speaker and live a better life than I'm living, I have to live it for the rest of my life. And that frightened the socks off me, because the first thing you're going to come up with is, how can I do it every day? It's going to be difficult, because there's a feeling like it's going to be forever. But if I was to say to you, okay, let's reverse that statement and say, would you live every day as a coward then? Would you live every day selfish? Would you live every day thinking small? Would you live every day being miserable? Would you live every day eating a poor diet, having a poor lifestyle? Think about that for a second. I'll let you just think about that. I'll propose that to you. And when you really process that and think, you go, damn, no, I wouldn't want that. Well, it's a choice, because life's going to keep going until we die, and it's one day at a time. So we have two choices. We can face our anxiety every day and we can live in gratitude every day and get the most out of the day and be the best person we can be. Or we can just continue as we are and we're just we're not enjoying life, we're suffering, we're not growing. So most people who say these statements are not living it. I know they're not. And everyone I know that's living it is outrightly, brutally honest about their fears, their insecurities, their demons, their mental health challenges, their addictions in many cases, and their battle with anxiety. But they're living it, they're successful. And you know, that's why people will attack them and criticize them, because of the jealousy. Because jealousy, listen, and this is a choice for everyone, there's always a hero and a coward. And a coward will always be jealous of a hero, because the coward envies that the hero can do what he wants to do, what he wishes he could do, but he doesn't have the courage to do it. He can do it, but he hasn't got the strength. So he will attack the hero. He will insult him. He will lie and make up accusations that are not true. He will say horrible things because he's jealous and bitter. So most people choose that. They choose to live a life of jealousy and bitterness, and this is what comes if you don't face your anxiety every day. And these are the things that I learned. And I learned these, first of all, myself, through my own experience and developing my own teaching, which works. And I also further learned this through learning from other good people that are honest, that are smart, that are vulnerable, that are accountable. I learned from them. I've learned from the relationship with my clients, listening to their story, our relationship. I've learned from friends. So I learn from people that are living it. And I also obviously learn from people that are not living it. And I used to be a person that wasn't living it. I've been on both sides of the spectrum, so I can relate to both. And I also you know, I also used to be a coward in my life, and then I changed it. I decided that I couldn't do that anymore, and started to change. So this is what it entails to live it, and I'm going to use some analogies again. It's like you know, people will often say that they want to get in shape, which is great, and that's one of the things I teach on my programs, and that's what I'm doing myself. I live it daily, pretty much full time. So people will be in the mindset, okay, I want to shift 20, 30 pounds, I want to clean my diet up, I want to get ripped, or I want to be fit, and you know, I want to do it for my partner, for myself, or I want to inspire people, or I'm just, you know, my self-esteem's down, tired of being depressed, tired of having no confidence in myself, really want to make these changes, really got a passion for training. Fantastic, I love that, I want you to succeed. But when it comes to living it, they don't want to do it. So they want to look at someone who's in shape. Manny Pacquiao comes to mind. I love Manny. Bruce Lee, Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, Ronnie Coleman, you know, David Goggins. It's just a list of some names, or anybody. You know, there's millions of people in great shape. You probably know some people. So they go, I want to be like that guy, or you know, I want to be like that lady or that person. They inspire me. I want to look like they do. But they're not willing to put the work in that person looks in, so they don't get the physique, they don't get the fitness. Because when it comes to living it daily, they're not willing to do it. They go gym like whenever they feel like it, and that's probably going to be like, you know, once or twice a week, which is better than nothing, but it's not enough. It's not consistent enough. And when people go gym, they probably don't push themselves, then they probably don't diet right. So they're not willing to live it. And also, to live it, they've got to face their anxieties, because every time you get up in the morning, whether you realize it or not, if you want to go gym, you've got to face that anxiety. Now, some people might think, well, I don't have anxiety to go to the gym because I'm not really scared. And it's like, yes, you do. It's just the anxiety it comes in different waves. Anxiety is like the weather. Sometimes it comes on strong, sometimes it's very mild, but it's there, it's in the belief system. It's the belief that I'm not good enough. That comes from anxiety. All these things originate. So a lot of people don't have the understanding. I've got the understanding because I've been living it for a long time, and I failed at it. and I'm 40 years of age and faced a lot, learned a lot. Failure's taught me a lot, and struggling. My struggles have taught me a lot. That's where a lot of my knowledge comes from, my intelligence, but from succeeding as well. Like I said to you, I was able to be successful in the sense that I was a person in my early 20s who couldn't get out the house. I couldn't speak to people. I couldn't do normal things that kind of a normal life. I couldn't travel. I couldn't go to parties. I couldn't go to job interviews. I couldn't go on a first date. I couldn't earn money. I literally was struggling to live. That's how severe my anxiety and my mental health was at that time. Couldn't do anything. I couldn't build a business. I couldn't do things. I couldn't clean my apartment properly. I mean, I'd clean it, but not properly. I couldn't make the bed every day. I wouldn't make the bed. It would stress me out. I couldn't deal with confrontation. I couldn't do new things. I couldn't go to the cinema. I couldn't go to a coffee shop like this and get coffee and relax. No way. Couldn't do it. I was too scared, too uncomfortable. So I went from that to the person you see now, and spent the next 15 years going for everything. Now I've traveled to different countries. I've built a successful business. It's broke down. I've built it back. I've done hundreds of public talks. I've had a relationship, several. I've coached people from around the world. I've done many things. I've got in shape. I've done boxing. I've done bodybuilding. I've done swimming. I've gone to all the best hotels in London. I've had some amazing friends. I've made thousands of YouTube videos. I've been on a lot of different podcast shows. I've done therapy myself, something I could never do. So I did all those things through courage, through living it. So I knew if I didn't live it daily, I'm not going to do it. And that's what I see with people. Even when I work with people, my client feels very successful now. We've been working together for almost 2 years. And I said to him, when you first emailed me, I wasn't working because I was still recovering. I wasn't well from a mental breakdown. It was during COVID. So he emailed me about coaching. And I said, when I first read your email, I knew that you were going to make life-changing changes, even if you didn't take my mentorship. And he said to me, how did you know? I said, because of my experience. Because I've been teaching for years. I know it. I know by how people write. I can feel it and see the words. And then when I got well again, I contacted him. We got on Zoom and I had a consultation with him. I spoke to him to see if I could work with him because of his attitude, because of how hungry he was. And I was proven right. Look where he is now. He built a successful business. He helps people with social anxiety. He works out, he travels, he does public talks. We're still working together. He tackled many of his own fears because he practiced living it daily. So a lot of people don't have the right attitude. They're not hungry enough. It has to be life and death, otherwise you're not going to do it. That's how committed you've got to be, unless you want to be the way that you are. So it's all about commitment, and it has to be a life commitment. It's like anything. It's like a marriage, right? I've never been married, but I've helped some people and they've got married, and that's something that I haven't done. But I've been married to changing my life and helping other people. I've dedicated my life to that, in fitness and training and faith, other things. So in a marriage, when you go into a marriage, you don't say we're going to marry each other, we're going to love each other, but kind of when we feel like it. It doesn't really work like that. That's not really the agreement. The agreement is through everything, through thick and thin. Now, of course, I know that people have divorces, things happen, yes, but initially, what is the agreement? What have you got to commit to? If you want to live it, it is a life commitment. We're going to marry until we die, through thick and thin, through ill health, through poverty. That's kind of the agreement. So people accept that, but they don't accept the agreement for their mental health, for their anxiety and the development of their sanity and their living their best life and what they can give to the world, how they can live their life. See, it's the whole wrong mindset, which it's not going to help. So it's the same mindset of anything. In business, if you go into business thinking that you just want to make a quick buck, you ain't going to last. I've seen so many people in my industry and all of the self-help, motivation, confidence, mentorship, many businesses, they start off but the businesses don't last because they're not committed. They're not committed for life, or maybe they're not honest enough. They're just doing it for the money or to be popular. And it doesn't last. But the ones that last, Les Brown or Anthony Robbins or any business, are the ones that they're committed for life. They made a life commitment, or at least to go for it, and that's why they do really well. And they keep growing, they keep showing up on the market, keep helping people, and the business keeps growing. If you've got any questions, put them in the box. I'll read them. I've never heard of Jason Redman. I've heard of Jocko, Will, and I get a good feeling from him. I've not watched too much of his stuff, but I know the basis of what he's about. He's a former Navy SEAL, right? He's all about discipline, accountability. So I respect him a lot. I respect anybody that's disciplined, brave, works hard, helps people. So I really work on, I practice this myself every day, and I really work on helping my clients to develop a mindset and a heart set that is a long-term commitment. So with anxiety, improvement or recovery, or however you want to term it, you've got to be committed for life. Now listen to this. If you commit to something for life, then you're probably going to get life-changing results from 6 months to 1 year to 2 years. And of course, you can start getting results from today. People might say, well, explain that. How do you mean? I'll explain it right away. Make the bed. If you can tidy your bed today, then you've gotten a result. The result is you made your bed. That's accountability. There's a result. Or if you're very shy and introverted and you struggle to talk to people, when you go and get your coffee, ask the person how their day is. Be friendly, be kind, have a conversation. Or when you go into your gym, or wherever you go, your church or your social group, speak a little bit more, open up more. That's results, that's living it. Or maybe where usually you might not be tidy in your house, you might be lazy, you might just come home and just throw your clothes everywhere, or you don't wash the dishes regularly, or you don't take out the trash, or you kind of just lazy, or you don't clean enough. Look at what needs cleaning and do it immediately. That's results, that's living it daily, that's accountability, that's discipline, that's what builds character. An anxiety that everyone's got, I'm going to say it now, everyone's got it. Anyone who says they're not getting it, they're lying, because I face it pretty much every day. I've got it, but I face it every day and then succeed. Running. I'm not talking about running on a treadmill in a gym. Nothing wrong with that, but that's easy compared to what I'm saying. I'm talking about running outside in public, in a park, or in wherever you live in, putting trainers on. I like the sort of feeling of being a nobody again in a positive way, like the Rocky story. Going out and doing at least a 30-minute run. Anxiety's going to come, because human nature, people don't like running. Now I love running because it's a passion, it's something that I enjoy, and a lot of people do, but most people in their human state, they hate running, they don't want to do it. If I said to a lot of people, when was the last time you run? That most people would be offended. They get irritated by my question. They would be defensive. It's a defense mechanism straight away. These are things I learned from people, because it brings anxiety, and they're like, I don't want to face that anxiety, I don't want to talk about it. Anxiety. So if you run regularly, most days, I'm not saying every day, but pretty much every day with that mindset, I do it, David Goggins does it, I'm sure Jocko does it, I know that he works out every day, or he lives disciplined life every day. I know that he does. I don't even need to read his book to know that. You're going to grow stronger. So again, it's not about whether you've got anxiety or not. It's about how disciplined are you. do you live it daily? Do you take action? Do you go to the gym? Do you clean your apartment? Or do you show up? Are you kind to people? Are you on top of your responsibilities? Because life is lived daily. So it's not about saying, well, in next year I'm going to do it. You don't even know if you're going to be alive next year. One day at a time. But if you live it daily, then eventually you will become successful. And success can be defined in many ways. But I define success in a couple of ways straight away. The way that you treat people, that's number one for me. I teach my clients that and I practice that. It takes discipline, it's not easy. So a lot of people talk about, they show off online about how successful they are and their money and their cars, and that's, okay, all right, great, good luck to you. But they don't treat people well. So in my eyes, they're not successful to me in the way that I understand success. They may be successful by making some money and buying houses and flash stuff online, but for me, that shows a weak character in that type of way, where if someone's kind and treats people well, and I see they made a lot of money, they got a nice car and a swimming pool, that's excellent. That's excellent because they're humble and they're living it in the way that I understand it to be true. So treating people well, but a lot of people don't treat people well. That's the truth, they don't. Because they don't treat themselves well, they're not happy because they're not getting control of their anxiety. So the anger, the frustration, they don't have discipline. It takes a lot of discipline, especially as an adult for all of us, to actually be kind to people, especially when they're strangers and you're not going to get nothing out of them. You're not going to get money from them, you're not going to get likes, you're not going to gain spiritual knowledge or, that it's not that agreement. That takes a lot of discipline to be genuine. And a lot of people are not like that. And I know they're not like that because I see it, I see their behavior and I understand, I don't know everything, but I know a lot about people. I've been working people for over a decade and studied people for 40 years. So it's quite rare, but usually successful people, most of them are very kind because they've been humbled, they've been through hard times, and that's why they've gotten there. So these are all the things that I teach. So living it daily is also this. It's not just, oh, I'm going to face my anxiety and make money, and I'm going to, be popular and attractive and have a six-pack and all these things. And it's like, that's not what I teach. That's not my thing. It's nothing wrong with looking smart, because that's important, but not from that point of view, not in that tacky type of way, which I don't value that, I don't resonate, but some people might not agree. Many people wouldn't agree with me, that's fine. So this is living it daily, and all these things make you better, and they actually make you less anxious, but you can't lie and say that you don't have anxiety anymore, because I would say to you, well, let me see if that's true, let's examine that, let me put you in situations and I'm going to see how you're going to behave, because I know that you have. That statement in and of itself is arrogant, and it's not honest, and it's not true. Everyone's got anxiety, but not everyone faces it every day. Not everyone has got control over it, like someone like David Goggins or Mr. Jocko Willnick, or many of my clients who have got control over it, or Les Brown. People that are living it, that are successful, that are successfully changing people's lives every single day, even when they're asleep. But the great news is, everyone can do it if they really want to do it. Now, I give everything I can to help people to do it. But at the end of the day, people have still got to take responsibility and do it. I can only do what I can do, so much, which is all I can do, which is enough. But it's down to you. So it starts off with changing your life. It starts off with waking up in the morning, making the bed, getting the foundation right. What is the foundation of good character? What is the foundation of a strong person, a good person? Not a perfect person. Again, I quote, no one's perfect. I'm far from perfect. Never met a perfect person. That's not an excuse. But there are a lot of good people that are accountable. So for anxiety, or even if we want to just for a second scrap the term anxiety, because I teach people how to change their life, how to build discipline, character, how to be kinder, for all these things. Definitely helps. Definitely helps. Running is running is life changing for anxiety. I'll say that again. Running is absolutely life changing for anxiety. It is. People underestimate, they undervalue, they don't understand how powerful running is for not just anxiety, but every area of your life, until they actually do it. So I encourage you to go and start running. I don't know if you've been seeing my videos of running that I put up, or you're watching someone else. Either way, go for it. Hello to all of you, appreciate you coming on the stream. So back to my point, so all these things, like I said, making the bed, cleaning the apartment, going for a run. When you say it, guys and girls, whoever's listening, it's actually really beautiful, because these are really simple things that anyone can understand. But if you do them, and you do them daily or consistently, you are going to change as a person. You are going to change for the better. Or you're going to reveal more of the good personality that you have. So let's go over them now, and please get your questions in, because I'm used to improvising and flowing. This coffee's helping me. Okay, let's backtrack. Let's go back. I like to go back to the flat, the house, because if you know my story, or the part of my story many years ago, I couldn't leave my house. I was terrified of everything, people, life, shame. My anxiety was through the roof. Like, it was hard to breathe. I'm not exaggerating. Panic attacks every morning, intrusive thoughts, suicidal feelings, hopelessness was where I was at. And I had to learn how to break out of, I had to leave my house. And then when I left the house, it was all about, building from there, going to the gym, going to job interviews to look for work, doing public speaking, eventually creating a business, getting a relationship, earning money, coaching other people, traveling, friendships, museums, cinemas, living life to the full. Okay, so ways to, the mindset to face anxiety. Like I said, you start one day at a time. You start from the inside and the outside. So the inside is your house. When you wake up, make the bed. That usually takes like, say 5 minutes, maybe less, maybe a bit more. Let's say 5 minutes to make the bed, maybe even less than that. So you make the bed. If you can do that every day, you're winning, right? If you do that small thing, don't undervalue it. So you make the bed, then gratitude, give thanks, however, whatever works for you. Everyone's got their own faith. I respect that. I've got my own faith. Pray and listen to some music. Get out of bed as quick as you can. Obviously, brush your teeth, shower, clean the apartment, leave the house. That is a huge part to begin with. That builds confidence, character, discipline, mindset. When you do that, do you know what you're saying? You're actually saying, I can do this. Despite how challenging it is, believe me, I say this and I hope it comes out the right way, but no one's more compassionate than I am towards people that have got severe anxiety. I've had it, battled with it my whole life, and helped people for 12 years. So I know it's tough, but that's, I'm going to read you a question. I'm terrified of shame in myself, panic attacks, suicidal thoughts, panic attacks in public because of my looks. I'm 20 years old, but for 5 years I look very ugly and very, very old. Well, listen, man, that takes a lot of courage. But first of all, right, and I mean this to anyone, I really mean this. I take my time to say this, but if you're feeling suicidal, please get help. Please get help, and because it's not fair. You're a good person. It's not fair. So get professional help. Speak to your family if you can, a friend, someone you trust. Sorry, there's noise going off there. speak to someone. Now, obviously, if someone is, I always say this to make a distinction, because I've been there. If someone's suicidal and unwell, I'm not expecting them to start going out to the gym and doing all these things. I want them to actually look after themselves and get help. So that's the time when I'd say, no, someone needs help. They're not mentally well, and it's not an easy thing to say. But as you're on the subject, I recently lost my best friend. It's been about 8 months now, and I'll do a video separately. I absolutely love him. It's been very difficult. So this means a lot to me. I know it will mean a lot to him because he was such a good person. He took his own life, and it's tragic. So we don't want that to happen, and that's why I do raise a lot of awareness. And I'm getting less fearful to talk about suicide, having felt that way myself when I was younger, and losing someone that I just never thought I would lose. Amazing friend. It's even hard for me to talk about now, but if it means I'm going to help you or someone, then I'm sure my friend will be looking down. He'll be proud of us. So ask for help. Getting help's a strength. If you know my story, there's two parts of my story. The first part was in my 20s, I've eventually started to get suicidal thoughts, but the truth is, I don't know if I was going to do it or not, but that's not the point. They were there, and then I prayed because I needed help. My nan gave me some great support. I love my nan. She's not with us anymore, but in my heart. So my nan kept me alive. I prayed to Jesus, please help me, my faith. And then I heard Les Brown's video, and I was able to go out, face my fears, and overcome my suicidal challenges and be successful. But then later on, I had a mental health breakdown. This time, funny enough, I wasn't suicidal, but I was in a bad place. I was mentally unwell. Like, I had to go to hospital and go on medication. I was really sick in 2017, and thank God I've made a full recovery from that. But so I had to get professional help at the second part of my journey. Does that make sense? So sometimes, I might stop this live stream, guys, if some people are coming. But yeah, sometimes people have got to get professional help because they're not well, and there's nothing to be ashamed of with that. That's really, really important that you do that. Things will actually get better for you, for PT, TOC, or for anyone that's listening that's feeling suicidal. Actually, things will get much better actually when you tell someone, and you'd be surprised a lot of people that care. But if you don't tell people, a lot of the times people don't know. They don't always know that someone's going through that and feeling that way, because obviously, we can all be very good at hiding the way that we're feeling. And even though I'm pretty good at sensing when someone's not right, if it's a client or someone, but I can't always tell if someone's feeling suicidal and they're actually gonna take their own life. So that's why it's important that you. I know it's not easy because people are scared to get help, but there's help out there. I got help when I needed it, and I got well again. And if you read Tyson Fury's story, the boxer, he was suicidal and then he got help and he survived it. So I also like to talk on a lot of positive stories to give people hope. I like to give facts. But yeah, running is great. So things that can change your life, build discipline, reduce anxiety is clean your apartment, going for a run, meeting up with friends, being around people that you love, that you can trust, be comfortable with, meet up groups, things that are all basically a positive lifestyle, all the things that we know. So gym, exercising, socializing, activities, taking up, whatever, salsa or dancing, or things, basically all things that are positive. Just think of anything right now that that is honest, that is ethical, that is positive, and then you'll get the answers. So running, training, and these are all the things that I teach on all my programs. I mean, I'm teaching them now just to explain it, and I teach them on paid mentorship, just to let all of you know. if you're interested, I do paid mentorship. I do Zoom mentorship. So some of you might be nervous to meet me and do work in person, which I understand, or you might be in a different country. So if you wanted me to mentor you and help you to improve your anxiety and improve your lifestyle, I do Zoom mentorship. I do hour sessions, so we can have a good chat for an hour. I can help you, answer your questions, mentor you, and give you a program. And obviously, I've said it before, I mean this really respectfully, I don't mentor, work with everyone, because not everyone's coachable, not everyone will be right for my mentorship, and I'm sure that I'm not right for everyone. You know, you've got to find the right person, but there's always someone out there. So if we work well together and we enjoy it, I always do this for clients. If they're not sure and I'm not sure, we try an hour, we'll see how it goes. And if it doesn't work for us, then we leave it. We're still on good terms, of course, because it's, at the end of the day, you've got to do what's right for you, and I've got to do what's right for me. So I give everything to my clients to help them. I'm committed. But if we can't gel together, it's not personal. You've got to find a therapist or a teacher that you gel with. And if we do work well together, then we could do a longer term program, because some people have got an anxiety that if they enjoy a session with me and they make progress, you know, will I work with them long term? Because I've got a policy that is quite strict, that I only work with committed people. Yeah, as I said earlier, I think my advice is, I think you should honestly get some help. That would be great, exciting for you, and talk about how you're feeling to someone. And you know, because we're on a live stream, we're a bit limited on the conversation I can have. Yeah, that was nice of you to write. Thank you for writing that. Life's always changes. Taking your own life is not worth it. Yeah, you're right. I agree. It's nice that you write that. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm a Christian too. I believe in Jesus, so that's lovely of you to say it. I just want to make a point of saying as well, so you know, I want to make people feel respected. Whatever faith people are on this stream, you know, I'll help them. I respect everybody's faith, because I'm same as you, a Christian, but for me it doesn't feel right to force my faith on other people. I never do that. I don't like it when people do that to me. So you know, whatever situation you're in, whatever your faith's in, you're a human being, and you deserve to be looked after, like we all do. Treat people how I want to be treated. So get the help out there that you need. You're welcome. I don't know if you're new to my channel. Are you from Russia, right? Please subscribe to the channel if you're getting a lot from this. It really helps the channel to grow. I want to help more people, raise more awareness. I'm a Christian brother, but it still hurts, bro. Yeah, man, you know, being a Christian isn't easy. We're still human. We still have struggles. So make sure that you get the help, like I said, because if you get the help, things are going to start getting better for you. Because we all need support. Support is really important, and that's why I do these live streams, you know, to give people some support. But yeah, if anyone is interested in mentorship, my email address is below all the videos. You can email me and I'll get back to you and see if I can work with you. We can start off with an hour, see how the hour goes. If it works for both, we can do longer, or if an hour's enough, then that'll be it, no pressure. So yeah, you know, the whole sort of daily approach is good, and look. Let me explain something if I can get it right. If you dedicate your life to changing your life or facing your anxiety, whatever the case may be, right? Everyone I work with, they want to change their life, right? However that looks. Some people, you know, want to go to university, want to be better at uni. Some want to start business. Some want to do what I'm doing. They want to mentor people, help people. doesn't really matter what it is that you want to achieve, providing that it's honest, it's ethical. The main thing is that you're going to have to, you know, make daily changes in your life and make a commitment. Okay, that's great. Anyway, guys, I've got to go now, right? I'm going to call it a day because there's other people here. I don't want to disturb them, but we've had a good one today. So I will speak to you soon. I'm going to make some more videos, and everyone have a good day. I appreciate you coming on today, all right?